A 1.54 GAA, a 940 save percentage. Both of Anthony Stolar's numbers are among the best in the entire league right now. So do the Leafs have a new number one goalie. Here's Martin Biron to talk about that. Yes, the good news for Joseph Woll is he's back skating before practice today. But here's the question, Marty. Yes, Stolarz was supposed to be 1B, but until 1A, Joseph Woll can return and re-earn that number one spot. Is Stolarz your guy?
Yeah, 100%. That's why they brought him in. And you mentioned it. He was supposed to be a 1B. That is still a number one. There are still opportunities for Anthony Stolarz to be the leader from the crease with the Toronto Maple Leafs. But now, because he's played so well in the two games, what that allows the Leafs is to feel way more comfortable about, number one, their place and their success at the start of the season, and two, how to handle Joseph Woll as he returns. You can be patient. You can ease him in. So yes, Stolarz is your number one right now. For now is kind of like the focus, right? We're not going to look at in a month and two at the end of the season. We're talking about right now. Stolarz is your number one. When Joseph Woll returns and he's healthy and has played a couple of games, then we can have that conversation as who is your leader in the crease. But I'm not pushing Joseph Woll and pressuring Joseph Woll into being the starter. I'm saying when you're ready to play, we'll play you, we'll ease you back into it because Stolarz has played so well.
Okay, so if Stolarz can keep playing close to what he's playing right now, and assuming Woll can get healthy, stay healthy, and play the way the Leafs expect he can, how do you think a Stolarz-Woll tandem stacks up against the other contending teams?
Oh, I think it's up there. I mean, we all know Joseph Woll has a lot of talent, and we've yet to see what exactly that's going to translate at the National Hockey League level. Look, playoffs, a game here and there, that's different than having to be the number one guy for 50-plus games. But I think what you're getting now is at any moment somebody slips a little bit, the other goalie can take over. And so you can play Woll 3, 4, 5 games in a row. If Stolarz needs a reset, the same thing. You can play Stolarz 3, 4, 5 games in a row if Woll needs a reset. So if you look at the goalie tandems around the National Hockey League, I don't think we're seeing the level of optimism and quality that you can get from both Woll and Stolarz very much anywhere around the league. You've got a number one goalie in a lot of places that there's a standout, but then there's a big drop off. So I think the Leafs have to feel really comfortable with having a top 5 or top 10 tandem right now, the way that Stolarz has been playing.
But in fairness, a big part of Stolarz's success has been the Leafs' D overall so far. They've given up 2 or less goals in all 3 of their games. What's the biggest change that you've noticed under new head coach Craig Berube that's allowed them to have more success defensively overall?
Well, it's funny because I think that they're spending more time in the offensive zone, and when they lose the puck in the offensive zone, they are working so hard. And I'm pointing out the forwards here. The forwards are working so hard at trying to get the puck back. So often they lose it, they get it back before it even leaves the offensive zone. So you're not spending all that time having to chase all the way back 200 feet into your zone, having to block shots, having to be physical. You're being physical and working so hard in the offensive zone when you lose the puck. I think that has been a big point of emphasis for Craig Berube and his staff. And it's something that I've noticed in the game so far is that, you know, you can look at the defensive zone coverage, how well you defend, but you can defend 200 feet away from your net. And that's what the Leafs have done so well so far this year.
Woll's eligible to return as early as this Wednesday's game against the Kings, but given the fact that he hasn't even skated with the team since his injury last Wednesday, that's not likely to happen.